Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Greetings still from Heidelberg. We are right now in our ninth week already of the school. It's been a while since the last update. It's been very busy rounding up the Old Testament and starting the New Testament. So there will be some videos a little shorter after each other. But first I would like to give the last update on the Old Testament. We had a week on the wisdom literature. About Job, Ecclesiastes, and Proverbs, which was definitely very exciting and interesting. And so today I just want to share a short message about what I learned from that week about suffering. Like what really stands out in the wisdom, what really stood out for me is that these books of the wisdom literature are really meant to be read together. So we first see Proverbs, and Proverbs really establishes this idea of like, when you do well, you will be blessed. A sort of a moral law is explained that that if you behave according to God's law, you will be blessed. But then we see two books after, in Ecclesiastes as well as in Job, that in a way that is being challenged with the reality that at times it doesn't always work like that. The preacher in Ecclesiastes sees that like there's kind of a truth, but at the same time that our efforts in life don't always give us what we desire. And in Job it is even more. And if you don't know the story, I really recommend you to read it. But basically what happened is that a righteous man, a man who does everything well, loses everything in life and suffers a great deal. And then his friends come to him to comfort him, but at the same time they do not understand what's happening, and their reasoning, they believe that if you do well, God will bless you, and so if God doesn't bless you, it means that you've done something wrong. And so in their effort to try to comfort Job, in a way they accuse him and they blame him. They say that he should repent, and they give him all sorts of maybe well-meant advices, but that are really condemning and pushing him down. And in a way what we see is that they form their the reality of what they see around or through the lens of their theology. They are not able to see things for how they are and what is happening, but actually because of what they believe, that is how they shape their reality. And so instead of comforting him and being able to have those questions and hold questions in open arms, they actually try to push Job into their theology and really condemn him in that way. Though what we see with Job is that he doesn't question who God is. He stays righteous even when he loses everything, and he still believes in God's goodness. Yes, he is able to say like, my theology does not match my reality, and I have a question. And he wrestles with God with those questions. And if there's one thing that I'm taking away from that week, and that I would like to encourage you with, is to sometimes take that challenge and try to hold that tension where like we believe things about God, we believe things about this world, but things don't always work that way. And I think instead of trying to push our reality into what we believe things should be, I think we can learn to hold that tension of having questions open and unanswered, but yet bringing that before God, and also knowing that God, where we have questions, actually desires communion, desires to be with us in that questions. And at the same time for us to realize that God is so much bigger than we can understand. We are not able to fit him in a box, and for sure we're not able to fit him into our heads. And so that's basically also what God answers to Job. And if you have not read the book, or if you're not familiar with Job, then take this video and read the book. I believe it will be encouraging to you. And if you have a friend that's suffering, or if you are suffering yourself, I just want to say that it doesn't always make sense, and don't try to answer every question, but bring your questions towards God and be at peace whether he answers them or doesn't answer them. He is good, and he loves you. All right, many blessings, and soon you'll hear from our revelations from the New Testament. So, see ya.